Hi, welcome to the Shed. I'm the voice inside your head, and we're going to do a walkthrough of our first melody project. This project, we're going to focus on melodic rhythm. So first, we need to start by creating a drum beat, and we're going to make this drum beat using a halftime beat. So that means you're going to play the snare on beat 3 of every measure instead of 2 and 4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. All right, there's my beat. Make sure you quantize it. And I'm going to create a chord progression. This chord progression is going to follow our rules. It's going to be a 4, then a 6, then a 5, then a 1. All right, so the 4 chord in the key of C is F. The 6 chord is A minor. The 5 chord is G, and the 1 chord is C. So we're going to spell each of these chords out. F, A, not X, that's weird. F, A, C, that's that chord in root position. Now the 6th chord is spelled A-C-E. I'm looking for common tones here, so we have C needs to be in the top voice. C is the 3rd. The inversion that has C in the top voice, or the 3rd in the top voice, is 2nd inversion. So we're going to put this in 2nd inversion. So we have an E here, we have an A here, and we have a C here. Then I'm going to keep the same inversion for the 5 chord. And then I am going to put the C chord in 1st inversion. All right. Now, if I look at the top voice here, so this is the top voice, these 4 notes, the middle voice and the bottom voice, these notes aren't moving a lot. So I have C, C, which is the same note, then B, and then it goes back to C, or I have A, A, and then it goes down to G, and then it stays on G, or I have F, E, D, and then it goes back up to E. So we're going to use these for our melody. But let's first create a bass line. So I need F, A, G, and C, and it needs to match my bass drum beat. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So I have 1 and then the and of 4. So let's create that bass part. 1 and the and of 4. Bass, bass, bass. Stinger bass. Let's try a stinger bass. So I have F, A, G, and C. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, let's quantize that. Not only do we have to quantize, we have to make sure that the ends of the notes are clipped. Cool. Okay, so that is our bass part. This one's held a little bit over. Now let's create a new track, and that is going to be the chords, and I'll just go play with electric piano. We're going to use these inversions. So we have F, A, C, E, A, C, D, G, B, and E, G, C. And I'm just going to play that rhythm the entire time. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's clean that up. Quantize, snap the ends of the notes. We can snap everything. Or at least get it close like that. Takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth the squeeze. It'll make all of your songs sound that much cleaner, and clean is good. The next step is we are going to create a melody. That melody has to follow 3 different rules. The first rule is that there must be repetition. Our brain likes to hear repetition. The second one is that there needs to be syncopation. Syncopation is when there is emphasis on the offbeat. And our melody is going to be an 8th note syncopation, 8th note subdivision. So that means that we need to have ands that occur without numbers in between. If you have a number in between it, then there is not an emphasis on that offbeat. And it is not a syncopated note. So we have to make sure that our notes are syncopated. Okay, so I'm just going to pick an instrument here. Doesn't have to be the coolest instrument. I'll pick a harp. Sounds wonderful. We got a harp. So you could pick any of these three voices for your notes. I'm going to pick this bottom voice. There's the most movement. The first measure I'm going to use only the note F. The second one only the note E, then only the note D, and then only the note E. So F, E, D, E. I'm going to pick a rhythm that is syncopated. I'm going to make sure there's repetition, and it has to follow one of our phrase types. So we have A, A, B, A. We have A, B, A, C. We have A, A, B, A. AABB, and we also have AABC. So there needs to be some sort of logic to your phrases. So I'm going to use AABA. So my rhythm is going to be the exact same on the first, second, and fourth measure. So our notes are F, E, D, E. 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So there was syncopation there, and I did have repetition, and then I followed AABA. So my third measure was a little different than the rest of them. So let's listen to it all together. And 4. All right, and that's the beginning to a great melody. So good luck, and write some great melodies and some great instrumental hooks.